Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early March 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aquarians. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for Aquarius, gang, in early March? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aquarius, please. What is the vibe? What is the energy swirling around here for my good friends in early March? Let's get this card out nice and quick. And for those of you new here, I only read jumpers. Usually your card pops out in the first shuffle or two. Taking its time today. Wow. Third time this has shown up today in the readings that I filmed today. It showed up in the Leo reading, I think in the Sag reading, and now for you. And trust me, I do shuffles in between readings on top of during the reading. So this card, don't be too nervous about it with the little Red Riding Hood symbolism. Of course, that could be a little concerning to see, but I think a lot of this card represents focus. What you're focusing your energy on. Now, before I fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards then, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So again, a little Red Riding Hood theme happening here. I'm sure a lot of you have heard that fairy tale or that story. And you see the big bad wolf behind her. So back to what I was saying, this message does split off a couple of different ways. First and foremost, Spirit could be saying like, hey, Aquarius, there's something that you're focusing a lot of your attention on. Maybe you should look at a few other things. That could be a potential possibility here, especially if in recent days and weeks you might have some tunnel vision or tunnel focus. Spirit could be saying like, hey, there's something you're not seeing, Aquarius. You might want to put your attention over here. Now, this is also a card of having eyes on you. So keep that in mind. Maybe you're just attracting more attention than you normally do. Maybe someone's watching your moves. You might be under the microscope, or there should be something that you need to pay more attention to. So I know that's like three separate things and it could be various stuff, but for you, I guess it depends on your story. Maybe there's something you need to be watching or taking a closer look at. Okay, so we're just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go danger, danger, stranger danger because of the wolf. We'll see what shows up in the reading. Let's put them over there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card there, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Aquarius gang. What do we got in early March? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Big Return, and that's a type of energy that can linger for a couple weeks. So just know that there could be various things, people, situations where it's like spinning the block, swooping back around. There could be various things coming back up. So that was a heavy energy I was picking up for you last week. But we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, all right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Aquarius in early March, please. What is happening for my friend? Quick, very quick. Okay, we do have the 7 of Wands, position number 1, fiery. It's a little feisty type of card to start us off. I mean, I've seen readings start off with worse, so that doesn't necessarily have to be bad. It's just a little tinge of aggression to it. Let's get a couple more. What do we have here for Aquarius? Please. Thank you. All right, the opposite. This is a very hot, cold type of energy I'm picking up here initially. Fire-air combination starting already. Let's get one more out here for you. Let's get one more. 9 of Cups. Okay, maybe you're going to get a good result here. That could be really nice. The 9 of Cups right on the back end, so I do like this. It seems to cool the energy off. It's like we're not going off the rails yet. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I'm kind of liking how we're looking here. I'm cautiously optimistic with your cards for this week. And you know, I always look at the elements first, and we have a nice mixture. We have fire, we have air, which made me a little nervous because those 2 cards together can be explosive. But we do have the water here on the back. Now, I will say this, and it's been like this for a few weeks now. There might be a lot of internal intensity for the Aquarians because the swords and the cups, That's the internal world. It's the world of emotions and feelings, imagination, logic, thought. So there's a lot of internal stuff happening here as well as external. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff, whether this is all one thing or different things, the energies feel different. Like these two energies are complete opposites of each other. So we're going to have to see. It feels like very hot, cold, stop, go. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, we are starting with the Seven of Wands. Now, there are a lot of good aspects to this card. It's not all bad. So we'll start with the good. This is a card of determination. This is a card of never quitting, never say die. I'm committed to something and I'm going to see it through. Or this is something I'm passionate about. I'm going to make it happen. Like this card does not stop. But there are challenges here too. Yes, it can represent situations. It can represent problems. For some Aquarians, you might feel cornered, where it's like, okay, well, I have no other choice but to do this, or it's like, oh, there's not much I can do. Like, because this is a card similar to the Eight of Swords, where you're either feeling cornered or trapped in one way. So we're going to definitely want to look into this further, but it's also confrontational. Notice this person has a stick. They're fending off a whole crowd. So if it's not like one thing after another, multiple problems, it could be someone that's just feeling a little extra aggressive. Now, if that's you, if you feel a little aggression in you, maybe Spirit's asking you to find an outlet for that, because that's something I was picking up in a few other signs. You might have pent up energy that you need to release for. Now, moving to the center, total opposite. We have the Four of Swords, whereas this one's ready to fight. It's filled with fire. It's ready to go. The Four of Swords isn't really doing much, right? Like this is a card of prayer. It's a card of meditating. It's a card of altered states of consciousness. So that these could be things, yoga, stuff like that. That could be very interesting to you. So I'm not sure if you're trying to keep yourself calm or work on your internal self. Because whenever I see the Four of Swords, it's like I'm connecting with my internal self or I'm connecting with spirit. So usually it's good. It could represent needing to take a rest, needing to take a break. So when we go from Seven of Wands to this, it's like full go to full stop. Or this could be a pause of some kind where it's like, all right, let's pump the brakes here for a minute. Now, in its biggest challenge, the Four of Swords could be very stubborn. It could be an energy that's not going there, nowhere. It's not moving. So it's interesting. We have the Seven of Wands with this Four of Swords. So it's like I'm pushing a boulder up a hill. That's kind of the energy it's giving me. Either that or it's like that extreme, like that full go, full stop. It's either on or it's off. It's like just a lot of extreme energy here. So we'll look into this further for sure. Now, moving to the back end, the reason I think you're probably going to have some very positive results with whatever situations you're dealing with is we have the Nine of Cups. That's a card of wish fulfillment, happy. See our friend John Travolta there, he's chilling. He's surrounded by all those cups, and he's like, yeah, I'm happy, I'm cool, I'm content. So for some of you, that might be the case. Maybe you're going to keep pushing through, and you're going to see something through, and you're going to get the result you want. That could be really nice. But just like all cards, this also has challenges. Aside from wish fulfillment and getting wins and victories and all that stuff, the Nine of Cups could sometimes be someone that's a little too nice, where it's like, here, no, come in, share these cups with me. So there can always be a warning about being too open or sharing a little too much. Don't let anyone take advantage of you when this card is here. So hopefully you're not dealing with any situations like that, where it's like, oh, I've been a little too nice. But there's also energies here around overindulgence. So there could be certain things that you're giving too much of your attention to, or you're putting too much into it. So we're definitely going to want to see what's up here. I want to dive deeper on all of it. Aquarius, let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Aquarius friends. What do we got? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Seven of Wands. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aquarius, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Seven of Wands time. What's happening? Why is the Seven of Wands in the mix? Thank you. Okay, Queen of Cups. Okay. I mean, this is a very, very emotional card, and it's like, no, I can't give up on this. I refuse to give up on this. It's like the most bizarre thing, but not necessarily in a bad way. The Queen of Cups, if some of you are connected to a water sign, this could be them. Usually she represents very powerful, deep emotion. So when I see her under the Seven of Wands, either this is someone that is like fully committed to a certain outcome, or it's someone that is very much emotionally conflicted. That could be the case, and especially with the extremes I've been picking up, where it's like full go, full stop, full go, full stop. So I would say there can be a little bit of a warning here initially about like emotions and feelings, where it could be very much up and down in this time, where it's like I'm angry, I'm mad, I'm happy, I'm sad. Like there's things, it's like bouncing all over the place. Okay. Now the Queen of Cups, very creative, very soft, loving, nurturing, caring. She could represent mother figures as well. But when I see her underneath the Seven of Wands, those are the main things. Either it's someone that's completely committed to an outcome where it's like, I have my mind set, this is what's going to happen, and I'm not going to hear a damn thing else. Or it's someone who is having some really sporadic, conflicted emotions about things. Okay, that's just the vibe it's giving me. I feel like we could keep it simple. We don't need to overcomplicate it. It is what it is. I will say for a small portion of you, watch out for romantic issue, especially with the Seven of Wands, Queen of Cups, because she does tie into like romantic partners and stuff like that. But let's keep moving. We're not going to linger here too long. It is what it is. A little bit of an emotional warning. It's all good. Let's see what that Four of Swords has. I mean, especially if there's been something that's just been too taxing or too draining. Let's see what that Four of Swords has for you. And I really want to get to the Nine of Cups. Four of Swords. Thank you. The Star. All right. I mean, it's getting better and better here. I'm seeing really fantastic long-term results for you, especially with your power card underneath this Four of Swords. Sometimes the best course of action is no action. And I've said that to a couple different signs this week, and I'm going to say that to you as well. Your star, your card, the Star, underneath the Four of Swords is like, you know what? There's a time for action, and there's a time to not. Now is a time where you shouldn't be forcing things. Okay? I mean, I'm a believer that you should never force things, but I always believe that there's a time for action and there's a time to attract things in. When I see the Four of Swords and your power card, it's like the best thing you can do right now, Aquarius, is nothing. And that might sound very odd, depending on whatever situation you're dealing with. I'm not saying don't do completely nothing and just chill in your bed all day. I'm not saying that. But for certain situations, it's like you just let it evolve, let it mature, let it age a little bit. Now, the Star card, aside from being one of your power cards, to me is a card of something paying off in the end. This is a card of the future. This is long-term success. This isn't something that's right now, right this second. So when I see it underneath the Four of Swords, it's like, no, just you calm yourself. The energy's going to, don't force it. Just let it flow. So it, again, another pointer that you have something really nice coming in. Another pointer. So we have a lot of indications that something great's coming your way. I really like this. It is a card of optimism. So for some of you, you might be tempted to fall into a pessimistic mind state, especially with the Four of Swords. I think the more optimistic you could stay, the better. So it's like I'm getting a lot of similar things for a few different signs, and yours is fitting that bill too. Let's go in on the Nine of Cups. So I like the dedication. I like the fight. I like the oomph, but I also like the energy of attracting things in. So take it slow. It's a process. That's kind of how this feels to me. So let's go in on the Nine of Cups. See what that has. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So what is here for my Aquarians? The Nine of Cups. Thank you. I mean, even we end off in a very positive place. We have the Knight of Wands in the upright underneath the Ten of Cups. This is that energy coming in. So it's like once you stop trying to make something happen, that's when it just comes at you. Okay, that's just the oddest thing, because right here in the front, we're trying, we're fighting, we're determined. Now this energy is like, you know what? Maybe I won't. That's when the energy comes your way in a magnetic fashion. The Knight of Wands in the upright is fantastic underneath the Nine of Cups because it's explosive. It's like an explosive win, explosive victory. So it's interesting that we have positive energy in the short term, even better in the long. But I feel like now is the time for Aquarians to attract and not chase. That's a big thing here. Now, the Knight of Wands, for a portion of you, might be connected to a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sag, could be any of those. But this is a card of action. It's fiery. It's making moves. It's determined. So when I see it under the card of Nine of Cups, it's like, no, you got this win coming at you. It's coming in hot. So it's like we have short-term success and long-term, as long as you're not forcing it or forcing something. Okay, I don't know why that message is coming through so often for you. I mean, yeah, there's these different extremes of energy, but I feel like if you just let it flow, Let it flow, trust the process, stay optimistic. You got some good stuff. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into shadow cards. So I would say out of all the ones I've filmed so far, I like your reading probably better than any of the other ones I've seen. But position number one, we're starting with the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Now, this could be conflicted emotions. I did say that. So it could be someone that feels very hot and cold, feeling one way one second, another the next. So it can be a bit of an emotional warning. But I also feel like this could be someone that's like dead set focused on some sort of outcome, where it's like, I will not accept anything less. Like, I will have this and I'm not accepting anything less. Moving to the center, we have the Four of Swords with the Star. So an energy that's just full on attracting things in. It's extra important to stay optimistic and not to slide into pessimism in this time, but this is a great card pointing to the long-term success. Moving to the back end, we have the Nine of Cups with the Knight of Wands in the upright. This card's pointing to short-term success. So you have beautiful energy of like an explosive wind coming in. But I think the important thing is once you stop trying, or once you stop trying to force something, that's when there's like a reactionary effect. It's like, all right, if you don't force it, it's going to come to you. So I like it. I feel like it's awesome. Please take a screenshot. That explosive win, I really do think it's good. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. So let's get a good shuffle here. See what's in the shadows for Aquarius. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What's in the shadows for my Aquarius friends? Thank you. Nice and quick. Ace of Cups. So even your shadow card is looking pretty good this week. Aside from this little tension we were picking up here in the front, that feels natural. The Ace of Cups represents offers and opportunities. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now, I will say this. The shadows can represent struggles and challenges sometimes. So this does fit the bill with what we were seeing here in the front. So I would say for a lot of Aquarians, especially over the next week or so, just watch out for the extreme highs and lows, or the ups and downs, the happies, the sads, like things like that, where it's like bouncing back and forth a little bit. It's very important to try to stay grounded and centered, especially when this shows up. Now, another portion of you, this could represent romantic issues or issues surrounding love whenever we have the Ace of Cups, but it can also be about communication. Okay, so for a lot of you, if there is something you've been feeling or working through, or something intense that you have on the inside, when we have the Ace of Cups in the shadows, it's like if you can find a way to vent this, whether it's a really close friend, whether it's a professional, someone that you can speak to about something, it's going to feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulders. So this feels good to me. Letting something out is huge. So yeah, Aquarius, I think you're looking good though. That could be a good offer opportunity as well. But that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little glimpse into whatever situations you're dealing with, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March schedule is up and live. But for the March subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where in this beautiful big world are you from? I'll go first. I'm from New Jersey. And you could just put it down in the comments and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.